and stayed.
And the rest is history.
And
here you were. And did you find did you start at Deshima quite quick after arriving, or?
Yeah. So when we moved here, I kind of have a half agreement with a candy shop.
Okay.
That luckily didn't work out, because then I had to look for something else, and I started to look for what I was interested in, which was plant-based food. And
well, especially you're right. Up in your alley where you are now, then especially also I didn't know this history of having your own organic shop, so that's amazing.
I discovered it's what I really like, because I like to be busy with food, and especially with the ancient grains and other things that are forgotten and that suddenly comes back for a reason, and I find them amazing. And the variety of vegetables, I could really spend the whole day. No, I really like it, so I was pretty happy.
And do you feel like now, how many hours do you work at Deshima?
I moved now to 25. Okay. Yeah.
Because do you sometimes find it's a bit too much, because you do have 2 kids and then you make these other babies, these tempeh babies?
So currently I'm making tempeh on Sunday.
Okay. And here you are with me. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, what on a tempeh making day.
Yeah. That's
you made time for
next.
this. Yeah. Very cool.
So I'm well, luckily tempeh is a process that you can kind of split different moments. You make it. So what
planning is a very important part of it, isn't
definitely,
it?
Definitely. Because what I do is work 4 or 5 hours, for instance, on a Sunday. And then I'm going back the day after, at the end of the day, to check it. And then the morning of the day after is where actually I have to decide if it's time to pack it and cool it down, or let it go still for a few hours. So I have to plan it, but so far it's working.
And what would you say? Because I think there's many people who, like you, it's beautiful what you were saying about, like, we're sharing this Instagram about my vegan family, or I was always making food at home. What would your advice be, or something, to people who are doing what you did but are kind of doubting, do I want to really make this a business, or do I really want to make this something that I could also sell to other people? Like, what do you have some
I don't really have advice. I can just tell you out of my experience that what I did was try not to push it too far. I mean, do things one step at a time.
Organically.
And,
Organic. There's that word again.
Yeah, okay, thanks. Yeah. No, I mean, I was doing one thing and just waiting for the feedback, and then doing my next move. So that
step by step.
I didn't quit my job and step 100% into this tempeh thing. So I tried to keep both of them. And of course, I put my whole heart in the tempeh thing, but I also wanted to see if it could walk with its own feet, just to see what time and feedback and people were bringing. And, just not making it out of my mind, and then.
So, but I think that is really good advice. It is advice.
Okay.
It is, you're saying
step by step.
No, I think because I do think it can be like. I think even myself, I have a personality where if things always need to be drastic, like, but if I do this, I can't do this. Whereas I think what you're saying is very much like, do it step by step, take it easy. And I mean, the only reason why I started making cheese is like I did a workshop of cheese making, and then they were like, where can I buy this cheese? And that kind of was an incentive for me, like, people want to buy this. Exactly what you were saying. You were getting more and more requests, and you're getting these needs.
Actually, what I can say as I discovered, with the time, is that to kind of listen to your instinct, to your inner voice, something that it's bothering you constantly and it's not going away with time. Maybe there's a reason for that, because when I started, of course, here in Holland you can find tempeh in supermarkets for a very cheap price. So when we were talking at home, like, should we do this, should we not do it, we were like, but you're stepping into a market with a product that it's already existing at a much higher price. And I kind of understood that concept, but I was like, but we're talking of a different product, different taste that you cannot find, and anyway, I think it's gonna work.
Absolutely.
So maybe check your your surroundings and then seek
totally.
for totally. If you keep on hearing this voice saying do it, just do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though people around you may say, well, maybe it's not really worth it.
But that's the thing. I mean, I think people always you know, for some reason, I think people also want to warn you, but many times it's like, no, that will never work, or this will never. But I think it's also about, like, you have experience, and especially what you're just saying. I mean, I'm like, maybe I didn't even realize. It's like, oh yeah, wait a minute, like that, there is no soy in that, or that you're even now making tempeh from like soy-free tempeh. I think it's a big thing. It's like amazing that you're trying that, and that also can become a niche itself. And even though it's more expensive, or you know, I think also people need to understand, and I would say especially the people that come to Decima or something also understand, like they have some kind of. They understand that it's organic and it's homemade, and someone is behind this product. And,
what I really noticed in people trying it, many of them were coming back saying, well, once you tried not necessarily mine, but a homemade one, you're not going back to the store-bought.
Absolutely.
So also people who came to the workshop and now they're making it themselves at home. That's really so rewarding for me. Yeah. Because I started with the tempeh making, not with the idea of becoming another tempeh business, because there are already many around. My idea is always kind of so that's also why I started the Instagram page a couple of years ago, to kind of give people the opportunity to make their own food and be self-sufficient, and doing their own production.
Totally.
Because beside being able to make your own food, you can also produce much less waste.
Absolutely.
If you are able to make things yourself and you take care.
Totally.
To get what you need, actually. So my idea is not to sell more and more and more and more tempeh. It's more letting people try it.
Yeah, makes sense.
And try it and love it, because it's a very different product from what we usually find on the shelves. Yeah. And once you know how to make it, it's quite it's a fair, easy process to make it at home. So I'm really happy if you start making it yourself.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And it's also nice that what you're saying is, that you can share that experience of yourself. Because I think, and I find it a little bit tricky sometimes, because I feel like sometimes I'm giving too many secrets away in workshops. But it's really nice that you can see it in your face even. Like, you guys can't see your face, but I can see your face. And she's very happy when she just said that. It's beautiful, because also I think, especially when we are, and you come across as a very passionate vegan, it's also about, like, that's the whole idea. It's not to keep it to ourselves, or like, no, it's just me. It's like, no,
actually, we want joy from sharing.
We want this, like, this to spread like a rash all over town.
No, because that's the pity about people who are not vegan or not vegetarian even, that find this whole plant-based thing very difficult to approach.
Yeah.
So then, what do you eat? What is this? What is that? Many things are not familiar, and the more we just
familiarize it for them. Absolutely. I really and open up to that, and I really agree with that. And
it's very contagious.
Absolutely.
The enthusiasm. So
it's really best. I really think it's great, and it's nice. It's nice how you're introducing people to something they might not even know, or they don't even.
I found that what really works is not to push people to try, but just for instance, I have parents from school, for instance, that we were just talking outside in the yard, about whatever, and then the tempeh thing came up, and I didn't even try to say, "Oh, would you like to try?" or and things like that. And maybe after a while, they just came on. Now I want to try it.
They get curious. Because you're planting these little seeds.
I think that's the best. I mean, I noticed it so far. During all this year, we were eating like this. That often not saying anything and just
absolutely, I agree with you so much.
Giving it for granted, and then this is just how the way you do it.
And live by example as well. But people will be curious, and people will be like, "Hey, what's with that family?"
Yeah, and everybody's quite sensitive to the food diet topic, and they have to be ready for it.
Absolutely. That's really wonderful advice to close this episode off with. So My Vegan Fam is your Instagram, and so I would say you also have a website then for people to order online.
I obviously ship only in Holland. And it's myveganfam.com.
Yeah, perfect.
And there are also infos about the workshops.
Nice.
In English and in Italian.
Oh,
of course.
Nice, wonderful.
So you can find all the informations there.
And you're doing both workshops live and online. That's what you're planning for.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Yeah, now we have to see how the regulations are with the work, and if people want to get out and still go to workshops soon.
Yeah.
But I definitely love them, so I want to go back and make.
Well, and it's also wonderful because especially that you also do online workshops, because anybody listening to this who isn't living in Amsterdam can still look you up and probably
everywhere. I had people from Israel, Portugal, Italy, and Indonesia.
So great.
Yeah, I really
so
loved
awesome.
it, and it also allows me to. It's like traveling a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you are confronted with these different situations where
absolutely
you give for granted that you have everything the way we have here.
Yeah,
and suddenly you just face other realities where things are not so given for granted. And,
exactly.
Really
and you got to be creative about things that they have access to and stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So what you think it's easy to get, it's not in the
it might not be in Israel.
It's really nice.
Cool. Well, I'll make sure that all your information is in the notes. I want to thank you so much for spending your tempeh making Sunday.
Thanks a lot.
Here on the dinner table where we just
really
had your beautiful tempeh. And so everybody look up Valentina. She's amazing. And for all listeners, you know the drill. Please be good to yourself. Be good to others, especially the animals. Thank you so much for listening, guys. Bye. Grazie.
Grazie a te.